MrBeast tried to buy YouTube, not as a joke, not as a stunt, a real offer. A $175 billion deal backed by SoftBank, Andreessen Horowitz, and a coalition of the biggest creators on the planet. Google said no, but what if they had said yes? What if the biggest creator in YouTube history became its owner? To understand why this was even possible, you need to understand what YouTube is in 2026. Not a video platform, an empire. 2.5 billion monthly users, 1 billion hours of video watched every single day, 31 billion in annual revenue, growing 15% year over year. Google bought YouTube in 2006 for $1.65 billion. Today it's worth over $400 billion. That's the greatest acquisition in the history of business. But Google never solved one problem: the creators. The people who actually make YouTube, the ones driving billions of views, have been treated like tenants in a building they built. Demonetized without explanation, destroyed by algorithm changes overnight, stuck with a revenue split that hasn't improved in a decade. And nobody understands this better than Jimmy Donaldson. MrBeast started on YouTube in 2012, 14 years of building, of reverse engineering every piece of the algorithm. Today, 460 million subscribers, more than the entire population of the United States, over 300 employees, studios on multiple continents, food brands, chocolate brands, a philanthropy operation that's given away hundreds of millions of dollars. He's not a creator, he's a media company that happens to live on someone else's platform. And in 2024, he started asking a very dangerous question: what if he didn't have to? Here's what actually happened. In 2024, the Department of Justice won its antitrust case against Google's search monopoly. Regulators were circling. For the first time, breaking up Google's empire was a real possibility. One option discussed inside Google: spin off YouTube as a separate independent company. If that happened, who would buy it? Private equity ran the numbers. Disney was interested, Apple explored it quietly. But one name kept coming up in every conversation in Silicon Valley: MrBeast, not alone, with backing. A consortium of the biggest creators alive, pooling their influence with SoftBank and Andreessen Horowitz to make a real bid. The pitch was 5 words. Who understands YouTube better than us? YouTube at $400 billion, impossible. But a YouTube being spun off under antitrust pressure, valued at $150 to $200 billion, that was in range. The discussions were serious, the numbers were real. Then Sundar Pichai made the call. No sale, no spin-off. We keep YouTube, we fight the case. He turned down $175 billion. That might be the most expensive no in history. But what if the board had overruled him? What if shareholder pressure had been enough? What if MrBeast became the owner of YouTube? The deal closes at $175 billion. Jimmy Donaldson, age 26, becomes the CEO of the world's largest video platform. The creator community loses its mind. Simulated Twitter X explosion. Creator reactions. Trending topics. MrBeast moves fast. He's been thinking about this for years. First move, the revenue split. YouTube has paid creators 55% for over a decade. MrBeast raises it to 70%, effective immediately. Clean and bold animation. Now think about what that means. A creator making $40,000 a year, barely scraping by, suddenly makes $51,000. That's the difference between a hobby and a career. A creator making $1 million a year now makes $1.27 million. The entire creator economy gets a 27% raise, overnight. From one decision, real human impact. Second move, demonetization transparency. Every demonetized video now gets a specific written explanation, a human review option, a 48-hour appeal process. A real person on the other end. The days of waking up to find your channel destroyed with no explanation, over. Third move, algorithm transparency. MrBeast publishes partial documentation of YouTube's recommendation algorithm. Not everything, trade secrets still matter, but enough for any creator to understand. Within 90 days, independent creator satisfaction surveys jump from 23% to 71% within 90 days. But here's where it gets complicated: the business problem. That 70% split is popular with creators, but it means YouTube keeps 30% instead of 45%. That's a $4 billion annual hit to platform revenue. Investors start asking hard questions. MrBeast's answer is pure MrBeast: volume. Better pay attracts more creators. More creators make more content. More content means more watch time, more ad inventory, more total revenue, even at a lower margin. It's the Amazon playbook: sacrifice margin, win the market. Year 1, it works. Creator signups jump 40%, watch time grows 25%. But then something happens that nobody, not even MrBeast, saw coming. ByteDance panics. A creator-friendly YouTube is an existential threat to TikTok. So they launched TikTok Creator Plus, matching the 70% split and adding guaranteed monthly minimums for top creators. Instagram matches within weeks, Snapchat follows. Suddenly, every platform on Earth is in a bidding war for creators, exclusive deals, production funding, guaranteed income. Every platform racing to pay creators more. MrBeast accidentally triggers the biggest wealth transfer to creators in history, but running a $175 billion company is nothing like making videos. Managing 10,000 employees across 100 countries, navigating advertiser politics, testifying before Congress about content moderation, that's a different game entirely. By year 2, he makes the smart call. He hires a professional CEO, steps into the role of Chief Creative Officer. Still the face, still the vision, but the machine is run by someone else. MrBeast stepping back, relief, focus, creative energy returning. It works. Everyone loves this story. Creators love it, viewers love it, the media loves it. But there's an uncomfortable truth underneath all of it. MrBeast's entire success is built on YouTube being broken. His strategy, the one that built 460 million subscribers, is about understanding the algorithm better than anyone else, cracking the code, finding the gaps, exploiting what the platform rewards. If he fixes those gaps, as the owner, does his own competitive advantage disappear? There's something deeper. MrBeast's content works because it's extraordinary in a sea of ordinary. He spends $3 million on a video his competitors spend $3,000 on. The gap between him and everyone else is the product. If he raises the floor for all creators, does extraordinary become ordinary? MrBeast owns the platform. MrBeast also competes on the platform. Does the algorithm favor his own content? Maybe not intentionally, but the perception alone is poison. Every creator in his consortium faces the same problem. Regulators will ask this question, loudly, publicly, under oath. The creator who saved YouTube might become the creator who gets regulated like a monopoly. Here's where we actually are. Google kept YouTube. The antitrust case grinds forward. The revenue split hasn't moved. Demonetization is still a black box. The algorithm is still a mystery. Same problems, same complaints. MrBeast has 460 million subscribers, still the biggest creator on a platform he doesn't own. And the creator economy's problems? Identical to 5 years ago. But here's the thing this story actually reveals. The real shift isn't about who owns YouTube. It's about when a creator becomes bigger than the platform. It becomes infrastructure, plumbing, pipes, a delivery mechanism. MrBeast doesn't post on YouTube because he needs YouTube. He posts on YouTube because YouTube needs him. So the question was never really, what if MrBeast owned YouTube? The real question is, does it even matter? When you have 460 million people who will follow you anywhere, you already own the thing that matters. You own the audience, and no platform can buy that back. One question before you go. At what subscriber count does a creator become more powerful than the platform they're on? 100 million? 500 million? A billion? Drop your number in the comments. Subscribe to Parallel Silicon. We do this every week. See you next time. Thanks for watching this deep dive into the creator economy, and we will see you next time.